Don't just be another foreigner, be a local Laowai.
Welcome back to Local Laowai, the show that gives you everything you need to know for a smooth transition to life in China. I'm Danny Newman.
Hey, my dad finally coughed up that money. Got me a cool 2 million RMB in here.
What?
Yeah, I'm thinking of buying a bachelor pad to call my own. Where to live?
If you're like Paul here and have some cash to burn, or more likely you're just looking for a new place to call home, choosing a location can be a daunting prospect. Which city to live in? City or suburb? Find out answers to these questions and more on this episode of Local Laowai. To start looking for a place to live, you'll first need to pick a city. Now, with over 30 provinces and countless cities to choose from, this is no easy task. My advice, work out what you want from where you want to live. Here are 3 things you'll need to consider. First, local amenities. Are you looking for a place with a bristling nightlife or a quieter haunt? Some cities, like Yangshuo in Guangxi province, are set up around bar streets totally frequented by foreigners. Others, like Qingdao in Shandong province, are more subdued. Second, your career. Some cities are better suited for certain careers than others. Beijing, for example, is well known for bringing old and new China together and for its burgeoning media and creative industries. Shanghai, on the other hand, is a well-known financial hub. And lastly, affinity for Chinese culture. Would you rather live immersed in Chinese culture or with other expats? It's well known that cities like Beijing and Shanghai attract foreigners, but there are other popular cities that you should consider as well, such as Shenzhen, Guangzhou, and Chengdu.
You know, not that I'm concerned about it, because obviously I've got this big bag of money and all, but one thing we haven't talked about is price. Beijing is a great city, but what's the cost of living here?
That's the one downside of living in a place like Beijing, the price. For example, a 1-bedroom apartment in the central community of Dongzhimen here in Beijing can set you back 2 million renminbi. That's over 300,000 US dollars.
Ooh. Maybe in Shanghai, since the financiers have so much money, they could rent out their property at a discount?
Wrong on that one. Shanghai's French concession neighborhood is particularly salubrious, with a 2-bedroom apartment there probably approaching 1 million US dollars.
Yikes! Who could afford that? I mean, those without a big bag of cash, naturally. Those with said bag, like me, Shanghai certainly seems cool. But what about a more authentic China experience?
Property prices in the smaller cities will be much cheaper, and you won't be far from some amazing scenery.
Okay, got it. So big cities, big jobs, but big price tags. Small cities, easy living.
You got it. Okay, once you've decided on your city, you then need to figure out if you want to live in the suburbs or downtown. Take me, for example. I live in an area of Beijing outside of the 4th Ring Road. It's expat light and has more Chinese living there. It's close to work, but getting back from a night out on the town can be a pain.
Ah yes, there are always pros and cons. So basically there are upsides and downsides to living in the city or suburbs, right?
Absolutely. So let's start with city pros. In the city center, you're close to the center of everything and closer to the business districts. Plus, there's usually transport available, so that can cut down on your taxi spending or the need to have a car. As for city cons, the number one has to be traffic, and pollution can be pretty bad during hot weather. Plus, the closer you get to the city center, the more expensive property will be.
Okay, I hear you. So what about the suburbs?
Suburb pros, they're leafy with lots of green space, and you're much more likely to get bang for your buck in terms of prices and size of the property. Although a lot of suburbs geared towards high-income expat communities can be quite expensive.
Donnie, how many times do I have to tell you I've got a big bag of cold hard cash on this shoulder? Stop doubting me.
Okay. As for suburb cons, you're inevitably a lot farther away from the city's main amenities. Although a lot of communities in the suburbs are self-contained and have their own amenities, if you're in a place like Shunyi outside Beijing, your options are limited in terms of nightlife and entertainment. So Paul, where do you think you're gonna spend all that money on your new property?
Yeah, about that. I kind of have a little confession to make, Donnie.
What?
It's not actually cash in the bag, it's my laundry. Dude, can I come and wash my clothes at your house?
I'm Donnie Newman. We'll see you next time.
Dude, come on.
Tune in next time when we talk about going to property open houses here in China. In the meantime, be sure to keep sending in your questions at locallaowai@bon.tv. I'm Donnie Newman, and we'll see you next time.